The following may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
37-year-old wanted man arrested in Mayaro. A father who has been on the run from the police for the past 4 years has been arrested in Mayaro on several outstanding affiliation warrants. The 37-year-old man was arrested during an intelligence-led operation coordinated by Inspector Ramkisoon and AG Superintendent Mohammed on Tuesday. After conducting surveillance at a house at Panhandle Pierreville, the officers entered and arrested the suspect. He has 7 outstanding warrants, including 5 affiliation and 2 affiliation committal warrants. He has no fixed address, police said. The exercise was supervised by AG Corporal Dawarka and included other officers of the Mayaro police station. Teenager hospitalized after being shot by unknown assailant. A 17-year-old schoolboy was 4 times near his home in New Grant last night. The Form 5 student of Tableland Secondary School is hospitalized in stable condition at the San Fernando General Hospital. Police said around 9:15 p.m., the teenager was standing at the entrance of Dion's Minimart at 6th Company Circular Road when a man wearing a face mask and dark clothing alighted from a vehicle, approached the teenager and opened fire at him. The teenager tried to run, but he was in his pelvic region, right knee and left thigh. He also suffered a laceration to his right jaw. The suspect escaped in the same vehicle he arrived in. The teenager's father took him to the Princestown Health Facility, where he was treated and transferred to the San Fernando Hospital. Investigators recovered 6 spent shells and 1 projectile at the scene. No motive has been determined for the incident at this time. AG Corporal Khan of the Princestown Police Station is investigating. A 39-year-old carpenter charged with violating a minor. A 39-year-old carpenter was granted bail in the sum of $250,000 with a surety when he appeared before a Princestown magistrate charged with offenses against a female minor. The accused of Princestown was charged with 1 count of penetration and 1 count of engaging in activity in the presence of a child when he appeared before Magistrate Indira Misir Gosin on Tuesday, 21st of June 2022. As part of the conditions of bail, the accused was ordered to stay 300 feet away from the victim. He cannot visit her home or school and is to report to the Princestown Police Station 2 days per week. He is to reappear in court on July 19th, 2022. It is alleged that the minor was at her home on June 16, 2022, when a man assaulted her and engaged in an act in her presence. A report was made to the police the following day, and the suspect was held in connection with the incident. Investigations were supervised by W Superintendent Claire Guy Allen, WASP Theodore Persad, and Inspector A.G. Sicharan, all of the Child Protection Unit. The accused was charged on June 17, 2022, by Corporal A.G. Sinclair, also of the CPU Southern Division. Morvant woman arrested after a weapon and ammunition were discovered inside her home. A 23-year-old Morvant woman is in police custody after she was found with an assault rifle and ammunition at her home on Tuesday night. Police said Northeastern Division officers began an anti-crime exercise at 5:30 p.m. They visited a house at Leotard Street, Morvant, where they found an AR-15 and 26 rounds of ammunition in a wardrobe. The woman is arrested and expected to be questioned on Wednesday. The exercise was led by Senior Superintendent Maharaj, Superintendent Ramjan, ASP Paraman, and Inspector Barath, with supervision from Acting Sergeant Belilam and Corporal Ramkisoon. Members of the Northeastern Division Intelligence Unit and the Northeastern Division Task Force also assisted. Protest of bad road conditions leads to friction between WASA cop and UNC councillor. Despite a heated confrontation between a United National Congress councillor and a WASA police officer on Tuesday over the burning of tires to protest bad road conditions at Harris Village, South Oropuchi, residents were undaunted. Instead, they staged their protest at another location a short distance away. Advocate San Francisco North Councillor Dunath Mayaro, who led the protesters along with other UNC councillors, was about to light the tires near the WASA worksite along the main road near Barish Trace when a WASA officer intervened. Attempts by Mayaro to set fire to the tires and throw them across the road were thwarted by the officer, who insisted he would not allow him to burn tires at that location. They engaged in a verbal exchange and a jostle, with Mayaro and the officer kicking the tires on and off the road like footballs. One person joked that it appeared as though they were in a football match. The tires were eventually loaded onto a van and taken further down the road where the protest continued. Mayaro complained that the action was necessary because residents, motorists, and business owners were adversely affected by the road conditions. He said WASA police should have been more understanding of the situation. While they were happy WASA is replacing the water lines, he said the company had left the road in a deplorable state. He complained, "We had Labor Day 2 days ago. I was promised by a WASA official that this road would have been restored in time for Labor Day. It wasn't done. Every day I call him is today, tomorrow, next week, the week after. Rain falling. We're not getting the mix, and this is how they treat the citizens of Faizabad? We are fed up. It is taking a toll on the business in the area. People are looking for alternative routes to pass. Businesses are not getting the sales they usually get. Motorists are paying a hefty price with wear and tear on their vehicles on this road." He called on the Public Utilities Minister to ensure WASA fixes the road. "I am calling on the failed Minister of Public Utilities, Mr. Marvin Gonzalez, to fix the BLOODY road and get down to doing your job," he said. He said there were other areas in South Oropuchi that were dug up by WASA and left in deplorable states. Empathizing with the residents, Faizabad MP Lakram Bado said the line replacement project along that road started 2 years ago, but it was being done in parts. Noting that he has received several complaints from his constituents about the road conditions, Bado said, "It is preposterous and totally unacceptable that a short piece of road is taking so long to repair. I understand that they have to leave a little time for what you call the water pressure testing, but this is taking months, and really and truly, I think the residents are fed up." Following the protest, the protesters doused the flames and removed the debris themselves. In a statement, WASA said permanent road restoration works along the South Oropuchi Main Road Advocate are scheduled to be completed on Thursday. The authority said these works were expected to be completed over the last weekend, but were delayed due to inclement weather conditions, as well as the challenges in completing the customer connections, which required excavation works. WASA said it has engaged in very clear and open communication with the local government representative for the area and affected residents on the challenges experienced during the project. the progress of the project, and the authorities' commitment to complete the project as a priority. Therefore, these road restoration works mark the end of this high-priority project for installation of approximately 420 meters of 8-inch diameter PVC pipeline along the South Oropouche Main Road Advocate. And given these circumstances, the protest action which unfolded is unfortunate. I believe that this type of protest is asinine, as they are destroying the same road that they're complaining about. Alleged abductor of Venezuelan woman arrested. A 40-year-old Arima man may be charged for a series of offenses after he kidnapped a Venezuelan woman from her Wallafield home on May 31. Police said the man was arrested at his workplace by the Arima CID and the Anti-Kidnapping Unit last Friday. Officers have compiled a file containing evidence which is currently being reviewed by the police legal officer. Sources said the man may be charged sometime between Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. Marisi Barrios Baldalo, 22, was in the bedroom of her Demerara Road, Wallafield home with her husband, Joffrey Pinero Herrera, at around 2:19 a.m. when a group of intruders entered the home. They subdued 3 Venezuelan men who also live in the home and bundled Baldalo into the back seat of a black Mitsubishi SUV and escaped. She was later released near the Larry Gomes Stadium, Arima, hours later. Missing child found begging at grocery store. A boy who was reported missing in eastern Trinidad was found hours after his disappearance on Sunday. Police said a 33-year-old woman told police she had left her son at home at around 1:30 p.m. and returned shortly afterwards, but did not see him. Officers of the Anti-Kidnapping Unit and the Child Protection Unit were set on alert to find the boy. Investigators said the woman returned to the police station with her son at around 7:30 p.m. and reported that he had been found in front of a grocery store begging for money. Police said the boy used the money he got from strangers to buy KFC and snacks. He was returned to his mother's care. Divisional police are continuing inquiries. Mother laments her son's demise after warning him about long weekend. Indrani Fernandez, the mother of a deceased Malabar man, says one of her last messages to her son before his death was to be careful during the holiday weekend. Fernandez's son, Jerome, was one of 2 men who were erased early on Monday morning at an apartment building at Akbarali, West Malabar. Another man, 25-year-old Tariq Raymond, who rented another apartment in the building, was also erased. A 29-year-old man was wounded and remained in critical condition up to press time on Tuesday. Speaking at the Forensic Science Center on Tuesday, Indrani Fernandez said she knew that there was an uptick in homicides over the holiday weekends and warned her son to be extremely careful. I warned him that it was a long weekend. I told him to be careful. I told him you don't know who is out there, who could do you anything. He said, "Yes, Mommy." I've never experienced a pain like this before because I've never lost a son before this, but now I've got to experience what mothers go through when this happens. I start to feel a belly pain like when I was making Jerome. My belly was just rolling. I just fell down and started bawling. The crime is getting worse. Fernandez said the nature of her son's homicide was deeply unsettling. she was not sure what else could be done to curb crime. She said her son worked as a mason to support his 2-year-old daughter. Curtis Raymond, the father of deceased Tariq Raymond, said he was also shaken at the boldness of criminals. I honestly believe we are like lambs to the slaughter right now because they are coming inside your house to take you. It's not like they are waiting for you to come outside to take you. They're kicking down your door and erasing you. Raymond said he was not optimistic the police would be able to find the perpetrators and questioned why there were so many illegal weapons entering the country. Police from the Homicide Bureau of Investigations Region 2 are continuing inquiries. Mother and 4 children erased by relative in Clarendon, Jamaica. The Jamaican government has condemned the gruesome homicide of a 34-year-old woman and her 4 children at their home in Clarendon on Tuesday morning. The police have also identified a relative of the deceased as a person of interest in the matter. He is 23-year-old Roshane Barnett, otherwise called Jet or Nick, who they say frequents Cocoa Piece in Clarendon, Wilson Run in Trelawney, and Pepin in St. Andrew. Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson was on the ground Tuesday and provided an update to the media.
Well, we know that a mother and 4 children were killed in the house across the road sometime before 7:50 this morning when the police were alerted. The police responded to that call, and the scene behind which is still being processed, that's what was found at the scene. They seem to have been killed with a sharp implement, and we have put out a person of interest in the matter. His name is Roshane Barnett, and we believe he can assist us in the investigation. He operates also out of Trelawney and out of Papi in St. Andrew. But as you know, it's early days of investigation. We have good leads, so by all indications, it seems to be a domestic matter.
Okay. The person of interest is a relative, can you say?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang released the identities of the deceased in a statement a short while ago. The woman has been identified as Kamisha Wright of Cocoa Piece. Her 4 children, 3 girls and a toddler boy, are Kimana Smith, 15, Shimari Smith, 10, Kafana Smith, 5, and little Keyshawn Henry, a 23-month-old boy. Chang described the attack as an act of savagery and brutality of unequal proportions. These were young, promising children with their entire lives ahead of them. Miss Wright was a hard-working and honest young woman who was making a life for herself and her children. This barbarity is deplorable, Chang said. It reflects the epidemic of interpersonal violence that permeates sections of our society. Such utter evil and horror reinforces the need for us to continue to pursue a holistic approach to this disease of interpersonal violence within our society, Chang added. Chang also said state agencies, including CPFSA, have been deployed to provide support. We urge anyone with information to come forward and assist in the investigation, Chang said. A similar appeal also came from the police on Tuesday as they urged Roshane Barnett to turn himself in to the police immediately. The man identified as a person of interest in Tuesday's homicide of a family of 5 in Cocoa Piece, Clarendon, is now in police custody. Roshane Barnett, the 23-year-old cousin of Kamisha Wright, the woman who was found dead at her Cocoa Piece home along with her 4 children, ages 15, 10, 5, and 23 months old, was held in the police operation in Wilson Run District, Warsop, Trelawney, on Tuesday night. Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey confirmed his apprehension a short while ago. Earlier Tuesday, the police identified Barnett, otherwise called Jet or Nick, as a person of interest. He was said to frequent Cocoa Piece in Clarendon, Wilson Run in Trelawney, and Pepine in St. Andrew. Wright, 34, and her 4 children, 3 girls and a toddler boy, Kimana Smith, 15, Shamari Smith, 10, Kafana Smith, 5, and little Kishon Henry, a 23-month-old boy, were found dead at their home on Tuesday.
She always call me and say, Mama, you alright? Mama, you alright? And me could I hear little Kishi in the background and call Mama. Mama. Oh God. She know, the bigger one now, she no really talk. She just lie down in her fear little room. She no come out. Plumby know if me call Plumby. Plumby will say, Mama, you alright. Me have to say, Plumby, you can call me, you know, man. But them not really love call. But the little one, man, Raffy, man, oh, Jesus. You know, every morning he WhatsApp me, call me, man. The only time she don't call me is when she don't have no service on her phone. Oh, Jehovah God.
It's very sad. It's very sad for know, because it's somebody who we know grew up in this community, and she's a very nice, jovial person. And to lose her like that, it's not nice. And even the kids, and we as mothers and grandmothers really hurting. Even the children at school really hurting about it.
What type of girl was she?
She's a nice person. Honestly, she's a nice person. Never make any problem or anything in the community.
Talk to me about the kids, the children.
Well, not knowing much about the kids, because it's not like really ever see the kids on the streets or so. Not knowing much about them, but the mother is somebody who I interact with. Last time I talked with her, we were in a taxi coming from wholesale.
I think it's a shock. I don't even know how to describe the words to put to it. Kimisha and I had an extra relationship about 2019 when she became pregnant with her son, which is my godson. And from then we have been very close friends, although we knew each other from we were children. We are the same age, we were under the same sign, and what I can say of her, that she was a very loving mother. She was all about her kids. She loved her partner very much, which is my cousin, and this has put a damper on the entire community.